Welcome to Oh Brother, a podcast of three brothers trying to figure it all out. With your hosts, Brandon, Colin, and Aaron. On this week's show, never enough cereal. Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Yeah, here we go. How's it going?
Not too bad, really. Pretty good.
Nice.
I feel like it's important, in light of recent events and episodes, to mention that today, at the time of this recording, is in fact Hobbit Day. This is the anniversary of the first publication of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit. Blam! There we go. Look at that.
And what year was the first release?
37, something like that. I don't remember.
19. Yes. It's
Is that right? I want to say that, but I don't know.
Wait a minute. Hold on. It was okay. Well, now I'm just when was Hobbit published first? Because now it's saying it was. Now I'm reading about now is the when Hobbit Day was first proclaimed.
Yeah, it's September 21st, 1937. Okay, got it right.
Got it in one. Yes. Nailed it.
There you go. So, I feel like that's important to mention. So, like, I just got to bring.
I think in the grand scheme of things, it is extremely essential to do.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was important. So, there you go. Happy the Hobbit Day here.
Did you do anything to celebrate today?
No, but I don't really know how one is supposed to celebrate Hobbit Day. I didn't have time for a second breakfast.
See,
I did not throw any rocks at anything.
You didn't chase any spiders. Didn't try and walk quietly
today
in the forest.
I did kill a spider. So like that's a very Hobbit thing to do, apparently.
Yes.
I killed a spider. I didn't sneak. I didn't eat second breakfast, unfortunately, or 11sies, right? Or dinner. Did have supper, but so there's that.
I just asked a Chat GPT for some ideas for celebrating Hobbit Day, and so far this is what it's come up with.
Oh dear!
It's so barefoot adventures. Go barefoot for the day, or take a leisurely walk outside, feeling the earth beneath your feet.
I did go outside and walk around at recess.
Okay, and I wear toe shoes, so that's basically like being barefoot.
Basically barefoot, right? Yeah, but like just slightly more clean, more sterile. Glass in your toes.
Hold just a moment. Can you hear are there bagpipes playing?
No.
There's definitely bagpipes playing outside of my office.
Why?
I don't.
Why?
Hold on.
Please go investigate why there are bagpipes playing. Listeners, I'll keep listeners and we're going to talk about this. All right, so go ahead. Listeners, do you think that Hobbit Day is celebrated by bagpipes? Do you think they're piping for Bilbo? Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, no.
This is very, very disturbing. I was going to poke my head out my window and see, but now I'm just going to let them go.
I mean, are they
That's
still
so
piping?
Weird.
Are they still piping?
Yeah, they're very loud.
Go. Oh, I mean, it's a bagpipe. No, go see. Go check. Take a flashlight and possibly a stick.
Okay.
A rock. Take a rock. Take rocks. Okay. Take a rock in honor of Hobbit Day. There we go. Scamper. Sneak. Okay. So listeners, here we go. Play by play. Colin is leaving the office, gently sneaking down the hallway as to be undisturbed, peering through the glass front door, right? While maintaining distance back away. Right? In the shadows, lurking. Trying to gauge how many pipers are piping. Right? It is a little too early for 11 pipers piping. So, probably not for that. I don't know. There are some like Highland Games things around Springfield in the fall. So, maybe they're practicing. There's some going to go to the Highland Games and be the entertainment. A big, giant parking lot out in front of a factory is a weird place to practice piping. It full disclosure, it is also 8:30 at night, so that's also a weird time for piping. I think. I don't know. I don't know what he could be doing. He's been gone a long time.
Yeah, so I'm back. Okay.
I've been giving an imaginary play-by-play of what I think you're doing.
Okay. It's probably way less exciting than whatever you just said.
No,
so I'm at my
down the hallway, right?
I'm at the craft office.
Yeah, whatever. I wasn't gonna disclose your location, but okay, that's fine.
That's fine. I'm at my office, and yeah, there's that weird road that runs between the building and craft, and it was the sound was just like penetrating through the walls.
Oh, on the side road. I didn't know if they're out front in the parking lot or like on the side.
It was on the side, and I'm like, oh my, what is this? So I could hear it getting a little bit fainter, and so by the time I ran to the front, because also I'm like, wait, is the front door locked? And is a person with bagpipes about to come walking down my hallway? So
that would be real awkward.
That would be real. Oh boy. So I ran up and it was locked, and I could still hear the bagpipes. So I was like, okay, they're on this side of the building now. So I unlocked the door and opened it up, and sure enough, there are two people walking in the middle of the parking lot, and one's just got this massive set of bagpipes. And they're just walking down through the parking lot. Now there is a bar at the end of the building, so I don't know if that's where they're headed. But like,
all the way down,
all the way down.
Okay.
But at the other hand, like, you've got to be pretty dedicated to something to walk around with a bagpipe.
Right. And I mean, it's like it's not September. I mean, it is September. It's not like March, right? So like,
yeah. So I don't know, like. I think that's the last instrument that I'd want to walk into a group of a bunch of inebriated people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they
and it's only one, so it's again, maybe he's gonna go find 10 more. Yeah. It's a little too early to fight. A little too early to find year 11 pipers piping. Right. But
he's on a quest. This is a good point. It could be the start of his quest. Today's day one.
Day one. Countdown to Christmas.
He's got to assemble the team.
It's weird to have a countdown to the 12 days of Christmas, which is in and of itself a countdown to Christmas. Right.
See, exactly.
It's like a countdown to the countdown.
Yeah, I mean, NASA and SpaceX all have the launch clocks, and like there's different things that those trigger and stuff as they go down. So it's it's basically the same thing.
Oh yeah, it's exactly the same thing as a space clock. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So that mystery has been solved. So the number 2 on the list is to have Hobbit meals. Does include second breakfast, 11sies, luncheon, dinner, supper.
Right. If I would have known it was Hobbit Day before today, right? If I would have like known this beforehand, I do have like one of those like Tolkien cookbook things. It's like I think I got it somewhere. It's just like fun to put on my shelf. It's like a Hobbit inspired cookbook, right?
Oh sure.
I don't know how official it is, but it's cool looking.
It would probably also have fulfilled number 11 on this list, which is baked lambus bread.
I think there is a recipe for lambus bread in there.
See, so you could have done that. You could have
eaten 4.
Yeah. What is this? That's number 7 it just says Hobbit hole. If you're feeling particularly crafty, you can build a Hobbit hole play area or a reading nook. This can be as simple as a blanket fort or as elaborate as a backyard garden setup.
Yeah, I do have a blanket. So there you go. What if I put my blanket, hold on. I'm now going to record inside a blanket draped over myself in the microphone.
I think this is the Hobbit hole. So welcome. We have officially celebrated. I walked in shoes that are basically barefoot. Brandon is in a Hobbit hole. So
sneaking. Colin snuck.
I snuck.
Right.
I snuck
he
it
around and I killed the spider. So, I mean, this is a really good
This is effectively what we've been doing is a reenactment of
not that, yeah, basically. Yes. Not that we will do this, but I think next year we should plan a actual Hobbit celebration. I'm going to actually do something.
That would actually be, that would, maybe we may, given how schedules go, we may have to like Oh, it'd be cool to do the Hobbit, like a Hobbit meal, and do a live recording. Okay, well,
Oh man. Okay. All right.
yes. So I think that's things to shoot for. But
Yeah.
as for now,
Ambitions to be had.
This is all pretty good.
I like it.
We definitely
Okay,
celebrate.
pencil that in the schedule. Hobbit based activities.
No.
Now left the Hobbit hole though. It was getting hot under there, so I've reemerged.
Welcome. It's okay. Maybe you were Smaug was close by. So
yeah,
see, it all fits. It's all
a little hot under the blanket. That's really not
something they don't talk about in the Hobbit at all, I think, and it's very much of a travesty, is the impact of allergies on people, on individuals.
I don't know if hobbits suffer from allergies.
See, this is maybe we'll have
the real lore that we need.
Yeah, maybe this will be covered in the second series of the Ring of Power. This is when allergies enter the realm.
Maybe the Ring of Power protects you from pollen. Yeah, maybe that's one of its powers, right? Pollen protection.
Yes, this would explain a lot.
Yeah,
but no, it's been very very phlegmy the past several days. So much so that I'm pretty sure I sneezed so violently in my sleep that I pulled a muscle in my neck.
That is quite horrid. I don't know.
I woke up unable to move like my left arm from my shoulder. Like it was bad. Gosh. Like it was very painful. So I had to do this like hot shower, taking pain meds. I had a lidocaine patch on it. Like I was a real wreck today. All because at some point last night I almost assured that I sneezed, because it's been rough. And all this also to point out the fact that did you hear this news about the Sudafed PE, like the fake Sudafed stuff? Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. So in the world of allergy sufferers, this is huge news, because what did they have to do? They had to take Sudafed, whatever the ephedrine. They had to take ephedrine,
yes,
and put it behind
meth
bars.
Ingredient.
Yes. Well, here's what's happened. First off, that actually did its job, and meth cookers no longer use it. They actually just use different ingredients now. So this isn't actually even necessary, which is very frustrating to me, because they went, oh, well, we can't use that. We'll just substitute another thing in. And yet all the good stuff is locked behind a cabinet.
Okay. Yeah. But like, that's one of those things where it's like, okay, it worked, but like, then you shouldn't like repeal the law and be like, okay. It's like when Mississippi was like, we don't need law. There is no voter segregation. We don't need laws saying you can't segregate voters. Like, wait, that's not how this works. What are you doing? No.
I know. It's just frustrating, because it was like, we'll get them with this, because this is what they're using. And they were just like, okay, we'll just use this other thing. So like the whole reason it's not needed anymore, but it's still needed, because then they would just swing back to it and it'd be worse all over again.
True.
But what they did.
Sidebar, I'm pretty sure in 8th grade, our DARE officer just gave out the recipe for making meth to a bunch of 8th graders. And I feel like that was a very poor decision on his part. And I don't. He basically just told a whole room full of 8th graders exactly how to do that. And what a plan. What a plan in rural Missouri to tell 8th grade students how to make meth. Okay. All right. Continue.
And fact checkers are already writing in letters. I said epinephrine. I meant ephedrine. I am so sorry.
You said ephedrine.
Did I say ephedrine? Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is okay. So this is my brain. So anyway, what they did is
his brain on pollen, right?
Yes, this is why the Hobbit would have been very different if one of them had been afflicted by severe seasonal allergies.
I mean, that's true. Maybe Bilbo was worried about it, which is why he was so upset about not having his handkerchief. But then, right? But then he didn't need it the whole time. So something was happening in the party, especially after he found the ring, right? He didn't need the thing anymore, right? He got to Beorn's garden, right? With all the flowers and the bees and the pollen and no allergies.
No allergies.
So maybe Maybe that is the secret power of the ring.
And something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so what happened was they took ephedrine and locked it behind bars and limited how much you could buy. And instead, what they made was this thing called phenylephrine. So it was called they called it ephedrine PE. So phenylephrine.
Okay.
And they were like, this is a decongestion for you. This will make it so that you can breathe again. And they pumped this out and they were like, yes, this is what is working. This will be great. It's all wonderful. Now, recent study was like, and what was frustrating was all of us who were like, no, this doesn't work. Like, give me the ephedrine. Like, that stuff actually helps me do this. This other stuff doesn't do anything. And they were like, no, it does help you. You just need to take more of it. They actually came out with a study and they're like, okay, actually the PE, it doesn't work. It doesn't actually do anything and it's completely useless. So don't stop buying this, please. And I was like, I
told you. Vindicated.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So Sudafed has the actual ephedrine in it, and Sudafed PE, it has the fake stuff. And that's the stuff that you can go buy real quick, straight from the aisle,
without getting put on the FBI list. And
exactly, without being monitored. And that was the stuff that and so what was really frustrating is if you went, after hours to a pharmacy, you couldn't get the actual Sudafed. You had to get that from behind the counter.
Okay.
You could only get the stuff out in the aisle. But most of the time you couldn't get it from behind the thing anyway. It was a big deal. And now they were like, actually, no, this doesn't work. And what really sucks is what I heard a lot of people talking about was they were just saying, oh, Sudafed doesn't work because it was branded Sudafed PE.
No, but it's the PE stuff.
It's the PE. So now what has happened is, because of they originally branded it Sudafed PE to convince people to take it. Now what's happening is people just referred to that as Sudafed. And now, and so now many people are like, oh, Sudafed in general doesn't work. So now what do I do? And it's like, oh gosh, man,
you gotta hit it with the cocktail, right? You can't just like do one thing, right? Like, the last time I had really bad allergies, I hammered it with like so my trifecta was I did like Sudafed in the morning, and then like I took another one, like however long it is that you can take one, right? I don't remember because I took it to work, right? And then we come home, like I hit with some like Alka-Seltzer stuff, like Alka-Seltzer decongestant stuff, like blah. And then like tea with boatloads of honey in it. And then, or if you get real bad, Susan makes me drink that vinegar stuff. And then before you go to bed, hit it with like the NyQuil stuff.
You
just pound it from all sides. I do not recommend this, listeners. Don't know if this is actually safe. So I can't recommend, right? Don't take them back to back to back, right? You got to spread them out throughout the day. Okay.
Yeah.
That's important here.
Yeah.
But like,
yeah, I definitely would have a morning thing and an evening thing and an overnight thing.
Like an afternoon thing. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so
don't be taking Sudafed at like 11 o'clock at night. I was like,
exactly. Try to find drowsy, non-drowsy, and then other stuff as well to help with the other symptoms.
If it gets real bad, you got to throw some Vicks in there, right? Just to open your nose. Right. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Really, really cap it off with a good smear of Vicks.
I hate that stuff though. It's so bad.
So
disgusting.
That is the big news of this decongestant has been it's fraudulent, basically what that is. So yeah,
that stuff's so weird anyway, because like I don't know, for the longest time I didn't even bother taking anything because all the stuff that I ever tried to take like didn't do one single bit of good. So I was like, well, this is useless. I'm just gonna sit here and put a hot towel on my face. Like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I will say like the actual Sudafed worked, and then the only other thing that really was beneficial to me was drowsy Benadryl. like
the full strength Benadryl.
full
The one
strength,
where,
like heavy antihistamine.
stay
Was
away
like,
from machinery and
yes, the do not drive, don't walk, don't even like sit up,
sit on the couch.
yes,
Bring the
that-
Kleenexes close to you before you start. Like, don't get up. Like,
that was good. And everything else that I've tried. I've tried all the versions of Claritin, all the versions of Allegra, all the nasal sprays, all that stuff. Like they
Claritin
help like
stuff.
a
I tried that
bit.
before, and it helped other people. Like Susan's mom's always like, "You should try Claritin." Like I did.
Yeah.
It did not touch anything that even remotely happens in my sinus cavity. Like it doesn't do any good at all for me personally.
Yeah.
So
I've huffed all the Flonase, like, and it may help a little bit, but I'm still a dripping, sniveling, like coughing, sneezing mess.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, why would I just wasted $30 on this? I feel like I can
go lay down with the hot washcloth on your face, man. That's
that's really what it is. Yeah, it's lots of hot showers, and washcloth is really where it's at.
It's true. Help, right?
Yeah. This is not a show of medical advice. We are not doctors. We do not play this.
That's true. Yes.
On TV.
Disclaimer.
All of this is for entertainment purposes only and not should be construed as medical advice. If you are feeling symptoms, you should go speak with a medical doctor immediately. Anyway, okay. Disclosure over.
I like that. Very good. Thank you.
have to get that in there.
Yeah, no, I like it.
It's like I had to. I did an interview with a guy who does like helps investments and things, and I had to read that like corny disclaimer but on the other podcast before the show, because I had to disclaim like, this is for informational purposes only and it should not be construed as investing advice. All investments carry risks. But like,
I mean, that's true.
I was like, yeah, I have to read this because I don't want to get it, fined or whatever. So it's like, ugh. But I felt funny reading that because I'm like, oh yeah, hey look, legal stuff, hooray!
Yeah, important legal things, yay! So other than mysterious bagpiping and Sudafed problems, how you been?
I'm a bit jumpy. Can you tell?
The ephedrine.
Yeah, it's real. Huh, it's weird. I wonder if they could. No. I've been hiring and onboarding a couple different people, and I got some very sweet feedback from one of them on Tuesday. They said, oh, you're a really good. You're a really good teacher. You repeat stuff a lot. And they kind of paused, and I went, it's a very kind way to say I talk a lot. and they were like, oh no, like I always know that you're gonna like say the right thing at the right time, and you say it so much that it really helps me remember. And I was like, again, like I really feel like you're just saying that all I do is talk. And, which is true, because I do. I'm trying to systematize this onboarding process as much as I can. And I'm trying some new things. And each time that I do, or I find myself saying the same thing, I try and write it down and go like, where can I put this? Like, is it supposed to go here in this moment? Or is there some other place I can put this, as far as getting this information to them? Like, does this belong? I think just trying to think more situationally with the information that I'm giving. And I know, like when you're putting together a lesson plan, like this is stuff you do of like, when do I introduce this concept and when's the appropriate time to dive into this and have this discourse? And with the recent 2 people that I've onboarded, I've been very intentional about thinking through that and going, does this belong in a video? Like, or do I have to wait until this situation comes up when we're in person so that it has the most impact on them? Or can I put this in a written document? Or do I need to have it in a written document and a video so that I'm catching different things? And then I also reinforce it in person because I don't want to be too repetitive to where they feel like all I do is regurgitate stuff. But also I want to use the time that we do have together for the most optimally, I guess is how I would say that.
Yeah, that's tricky, right? Because at some point, like, they have to pick it up themselves, right? So you can't just like keep telling them over and over again because that doesn't help, right? So it's very difficult to be like, where do I, like, especially with like science instruction, right? It's very difficult because there's like just so much like information that like have to give them that they have never heard before.
Yeah.
So it's like it's very difficult to be like, okay, here's all this, and then like, how do I reinforce it with like other stuff that they can do? You know what I mean? Like, that they can like synthesize this information into something else, right? And it's weird. Sometimes it takes a long time because, like, today we were talking about stuff, and like the whole lesson was about it, and then at the end, the little exit tickety thing where it's like, all right, tell me about how this works. And some of them were like, oh, okay, yeah, we did it. And some of them were just like, what? Okay, well, dang it.
Yeah. It is hard to know when people are going to catch that. So like the way our onboarding used to work was I just literally said everything to the person myself. And then I got tired of repeating the same things over and over again. So I sat and I shot a video of me going through the handbook, talking about certain topics, talking about how to do a meet and greet, how to do a dog walk, how to do this stuff. I shot all those videos and I had them on there. And then it's kind of expanded from there because I was like, oh yeah, I always do this like equipment overview. So I could do that in a video because like I don't need to do that with them in front of me. I can show them a hat. And then when I hand them a box and I can be like, hey, all the equipment that you watched the video on, it's all in this box. Like, and they kind of already know. That way I'm not having to use that time in the field to go, here's your leash. Isn't it pretty? Here's your flashlight. Like, I don't need to do that. I can do that somewhere else. And our not sponsored, our Squarespace, which this illustrious podcast is also hosted on, just put together their own course. Like, you can host a course on your website with like different modules and materials and downloadable stuff and all these and click-throughs and completion rates. And I was like, oh, I can use this to train my staff. So they, the last 2 staff members have gone through it, and they watch a video, and there's click-throughs, there's downloadables under each one. There's, and at the very end, there's a quick quiz. And then after 2 weeks of working for us, then I send them our field certification quiz, which is a lot. But by then they've watched a ton of videos, listened to podcasts, and not all the videos are of ours. They're different resources that we've pulled from. And so over the course of the next couple of months, we want to bring more of those resources in-house, kind of create them for ourselves of how we actually do things. And then hopefully by then they've got a good gist of it. But I've just been very much like, oh, weird. Like, I kind of have to wait for this kind of visit to come up before I can talk about these aspects. And so wondering if I can capture that somewhere else. And then I can even more so reinforce it when I'm actually in that kind of visit with them.
Yeah, I think it's better to not hear about it like in the situation, right? Because then you have like a context to fall back upon. You know what I mean? Like, so you have like the background knowledge, and then you get the chance to apply it much more quickly than like sitting and like getting all of the information for the first time, like in the middle of the thing happening, right? That's really not ideal all the time. Sometimes it's probably fine, but in like, if it's like a weird thing, like definitely it's a lot to take in probably. So it would be, it's like breaking it up and putting it into things like that is hard, right?
Yeah. And like one of the examples that we did is I used to do like the first time they saw their software was when I was standing next to them. I was like, okay, open it up, log in, blah, blah. So I shot a video of like, here's where everything is. So it's just a screen flow of working through the software, clicking buttons, showing. So like they see that and then they get the hands-on time. So like what you're saying, like here's your pre-exposure and now we're actually doing something with it and trying to find more of those cases that fit well with what we're trying to instruct so that I don't have to, well, so it's more naturally reinforced. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. Because you just, again, you're seeing it multiple times that way. And you get it like, yeah, the reinforcement is there sort of naturally because you just get to see it over and over, but not in like a way that is not in a way that's like samey, right? It's like a different delivery method kind of.
Yes, it's not like they're just like playing the same video on repeat, right?
Yeah. You get like the background information, and you get like a practical application, and then you get like a, troubleshooting part, right? So you get like more exposure to it in different circumstances. So it helps it set in a little better, right?
Yep. Yeah. So I think that's been just a lot of consuming my brain power recently of just like when I'm in these situations, just trying to be really, really aware of that so that I can make the most of it. Because I want to make sure that when people are done with with our initial training, that they really are equipped for 99% of the stuff that they're going to encounter. And right now I feel like we're kind of hitting this like high 80s just because I'm not getting it to them ahead of time. It's more like situation you were in, you should do this next time.
Well, it's hard too because like, it is a lot of information and you have to like kind of spread it out. Otherwise it's like too much, like overload, and then you can't remember anything, when it's like all at once and like all at the same time. And then it's just like, nah. So it's a tricky thing to do, right? Like it's better than what we got with our new like student information system thing, which by the way is still not working. That's cool. Yeah, I still can't use it. It's still like not set up properly.
No.
It is like a month into school. I can take attendance kinda. That's all I got.
Solid. Right? Hey, you know what? You couldn't have done that before. So look how much time is freed up.
I mean, I could. I just write on the old like, here, take this to the office, like the old like pad thing, like boom, 0. Here, give it to take it to the office to do that. But like first of all, if anybody ever uses the word seamless integration around me again, I'm probably just gonna kick them. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna boot them right in the knee. It's like blam, take that, Stop lying to me.
Oh no. Did they promise? Like, was it like, oh, normally there's a seamless integration, or they said, oh yes, with your system, this will seamlessly integrate and there's not a problem.
Yeah. Because like the old system that we had, right? Like the company like sold the software. They like didn't want to do it anymore, right? And so this other company like bought it, and like they were already a student information system thing, and they bought the other one and they just sort of like brought it in together, but for whatever reason ours doesn't work. The people that were responsible for implementing it didn't, so that's cool. Like we had a training, air quotes, training, which was a Zoom call with some random dude who is like he was an ex-teacher and now works for this company, and I'm pretty sure he had taken too much Benadryl because he was just like, yeah, and then blah, blah, blah. And he was like going through and like clicking on stuff and like talking about it, but my system wasn't even activated yet, so like I couldn't even remotely follow along with anything he was saying, and I was like, I have no idea what you're doing.
Oh no.
And then he did the old classic, like he kept saying like the old classic line of like, well, yours is going to look a little bit different, than mine, but you should find something that looks like this. Like
Oh,
that. I hate that with you.
I hate. Ah.
It's the worst thing of all time. Like I really strive to eliminate that from my life as a teacher. Like I don't want to present my things to the children that way because it doesn't help them, right? Like it does not help them to accomplish the task that I gave them, right? If I'm like, I need you to do this in a completely different way that I'm about to show you, like what is the point? What is even the point of doing that?
We had that our old software, we would complain about functionality and they would send us a screen recording and I would look at the screen recording and I would say, looks fantastic.
Administrative software, isn't it though?
I said, no, I said, you recorded that on an Android. I don't have Android. I have an iPhone. And he would respond with the tech support go, oh, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't help you.
Well, the other part that's real cool is when they show you from the administrative side of the thing, right? But you're on the client side and the interface is different.
Whoa,
right?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, here's this. You're like, no, what are you doing?
Yeah, that is tough because they can't not like they didn't unless they created a dummy account to be the client side. Like, yeah, they can't see it. They're like, it's like, oh yeah, you won't have these buttons and this isn't over here and this is a different.
Oh, I've fully customized my interface menu. And then they like don't tell you how to do that.
Yes.
Right. They like don't mention, they're just like, it's possible to do. Anyway. And like again, it feels like this person was trained by the sales department because they kept like showing you all the features, like we've talked about before, like all the other features, and not like the how to take attendance feature, like the number one feature in the student entertainment, or not entertainment, the student system, right? Like, or the student information system is what they're called, right? Just like the general term is like SIS, right? And so they're like, oh, like how do I access student information? Like, how do I find a phone number to call a parent? How do I look and see if my students have medical things I need to know about? How do I find if like my students are, this, like, nah, I'm going to show you how to make a cool seating chart, bro. Dude, I have a piece of paper and a pencil. I don't need your stinking seating chart. Okay. I do that in like 5 seconds by myself. I don't need this like $100,000 operating system to make a seating chart. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, again, I need to access the students' information. You numpty, what are you doing?
I'm going to show you how. So, like, when people they would show us, we do demo. This is just, I just had a flashback to one where they were showing us a demo before we switched our softwares for our company, where they were like showing us how to change our brand colors for it. And I was like, cool. How do people pay me? Like,
yeah, the whole point of having a business, providing a service for monetary compensation.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Like this
thing, right? How does that work?
Wow. I could put my logo there. That's wild.
Oh man. Yeah, it's been rough. Another side note that I have, right? So talk about brand logos. Okay. My school refuses to standardize the school colors. Right? Like, I don't know why they're against this so badly. But once again, this year, I have received my shirt. Right? Or we're supposed to wear like school shirts on a certain day of the week for like the thing, right? And the yellow color in my shirt, it's so bad. Susan said what it looked like, and now I can't unsee it, and it hurts me. She said it looks like the stripes on the highway. It's like,
oh no,
it's like the yellowy orange color, and it's like,
what?
It's like what? I was like, oh no, I, it's a MoDOT shirt. Oh no, I'm
No,
hurt. I can't. But
nothing wrong with Modon.
like, I don't know why. Like, it doesn't. This is not hard, right? You just like pick a color, right? Like
Yeah.
administrators, okay, pick a color, get the hex code for said color, and then any club that's going to make a shirt or anything, you say you have to use these colors. Boom, done.
Yeah.
Right?
It-
Is it? That's it. Like, why are all the shirts different colors?
It's not that hard.
It's so weird.
And what
It's
that
such
tells
a
me,
weird problem to have. Like,
yeah.
even the logo, like, I don't know if it's as bad now. Like, the logo is like not standardized. And I don't understand why. Like, doesn't make sense. It's such a
Yeah.
weird thing to like not have locked down a long time ago.
Yeah. And you would think, like, you would think that they would order some like test runs, usually some test prints. I'm sure that the school has probably been in the community for a little while, and this isn't the first time that they've ordered shirts. So
No, they they just go like they go to the shirt place and they're just like, yeah, do this with yellow, and then they like don't think about
but
what that
like,
means, right?
yeah,
Like, I guess nobody at the t-shirt place or in administration has ever seen like a box of crayons with more than 8 colors in it, because like you can't be like yellow and then like, oh, it's just one color, right? Like, like we talk about this in my science class, right? When we're talking about like perceiving the world around you, right? It's a funny thing, your brain, right? It's just like taking random bits of information and trying to make sense of like these huge just amounts of information that your senses are putting in. But like, if I say the word blue to you, we're not thinking about the same color right now.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, we're probably not, right? I know through conversations with other people I've had, orange is another big one, right? If you say orange,
Yeah.
it's likely that you and the person you're talking to not thinking about the same color,
It's almost
right?
impossible for you to like think of the same color.
Yeah, but I mean, just like based on your preferences and your exposure and like the your experience with stuff, right? Like I like one of my friends, right? When I say orange, I usually think about like a very like vibrant-y color, right?
Mm,
Like a vibrant type of orange. Like she thinks about like burnt orange, right? Like a much more like fall-y kind of orange,
mhm.
right? That's what she thinks about. But I know that when I say orange, like I'm looking like it's a much more bright orange. Like when I say blue, I usually think about like that cerulean blue crayon, right?
Mm,
That's what I think about when I say blue, like that color,
yeah.
right? Other people think like royal blue. Other people think like sky blue, light blue, baby blue, whatever. Like just like so. If you say like, oh yeah, I want this, go to the printer, and you're like, yo, I need this like blue and green. Like what you're gonna get back is, you know, who knows infinite shades different than what you envisioned, because
Well,
you didn't go to them with, okay, it's 2023 right now, okay, that you can identify the color by a number and just give it to them and say I need this, and they can go, okay, got it, blam, done, and it's going
yep.
to match every single time.
Well, and and the coding or like generating a something for print versus a digital copy, they will tweak it differently, right?
Oh
They will
yeah,
because they have to
yeah.
make it. Yeah, there is
Depending
there's a
on,
translation process there, but like it does exist. Like we do have the technology to make sure that this doesn't
yeah, because
happen.
when you design your thing on some design program, and then you send it to the printer, but then it's going to look, you're right, it's going to look different on paper versus on a shirt.
Yeah,
Right, like
and
the color transfer and the printing is different. It's going to, whatever color you print it on is going to affect the pigmentation and the tint and the hue of the colors, right?
uh-huh.
So like, this is a thing you have to think about. And I think about these things, and I don't get paid the money to think about these things, and it bothers me a lot because I'm the only one that is bothered. Apparently, like I don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. It's just one of those things you're like, really? This is really like what? Like, like come on.
Yeah. Again,
You're always
what's
going to start
frustrating is
meetings
like,
with. You're always going to start meetings with like how to be. You got to be professional. We got to take this seriously, and then you do this. What? What?
we stressed about the details, and we blah 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 blah.
You didn't though, except you didn't.
Yeah, that's odd. What color yellow is that supposed to be?
Yeah. This is more marigold. I don't really know what you're doing. Like,
well, that sounds like a massive frustration. It's just another example of this.
It's just like an annoyance. It's like,
oh yeah,
why?
Yeah. Well, and it's another example of just like this breakdown of like somebody should care more than this, right? Like, does somebody like who was somebody happy to get this back? Was somebody like what? How did this? It just makes you question all the processes.
Like yeah, that's the other problem, right? You kind of feel bad because you're like, somebody is proud of this.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be, but they are. Like, dang it, right? Like that's
yeah.
Sorry. It's all right. It's all right. It's
well, maybe you'll get put on t-shirt committee for next year.
Yeah, because they'll listen. They listen so much to committees. That's how it works, right?
Well, yes, that's why they have committees.
You go on the committee, and then you spend like many hours like discussing a thing, and then you take it to like the administration and the board, and they do something else. So it's like, right? It's kind of like trying to tell Mimi what you wanted for Christmas.
Oh,
right. Like you tell her, she's like, tell me what you want for Christmas. And then like you give her the thing and you tell her and then she buys you whatever she wants anyway. So it's like,
well, because she already bought it several months prior. Yeah, and she was just kind of hoping that it aligned, basically.
She bought it in July when it was on sale. So she was like, too bad. This is what you get. Like, why'd you even make me tell you? Why'd you even do this to me?
Well,
that's what she did at our wedding, right? She's the one that made us go and register and do all this stuff. Right.
Yeah. At the place where she worked. Right. That's too.
It's where she worked. She made us register at Macy's. Right. And she was like, because Susan and I weren't going to register for stuff because we both like already lived. We had established apartments like separately.
Well, yeah.
So, like, what are we going to like? We don't need anything. And so Memes was obviously like, yo, no, make people buy you new towels. That's what you do. And so she made us register and she took us around and she saw every single thing that we scanned. And what did she buy us for our wedding? A crystal bowl. 100% not on the list of things that we registered for.
She wouldn't want to get you stuff on the list because that's what everybody else does, right? That's
I know. It's so funny.
Oh, that's such a that I don't know what kind of move it is, but that is definitely a move.
Oh, it was hilarious, is what it was.
Amazing.
I tease her about that so much.
Thanks for all the.
Oh man, it was good.
Everything on my list. So question. What is the crystal bowl currently being used for?
It's in the cabinet. Is what
excellent.
Yeah, not just part of the everyday bowl rotation,
I don't know, cereal, an aggressive cereal bowl or something, like break that thing out.
I can't tell you the last time I actually have consumed cereal like on purpose.
Really?
Right. Yeah, I don't eat cereal. Okay. I can't. It happens so infrequently. I think I can tell you exactly the time, right? Every Christmas, Susan makes that party mix stuff with like Chex Mix and some other things.
Okay.
I ate the leftovers. So like I haven't eaten any cereal in like a year. Like I just don't.
Oh, is this a conscious effort, or is this just you're not in a cereal phase, or like what's
No,
this?
I feel like partly, yeah. I think part of it's like I just don't like I just don't want to eat cereal.
Okay.
Right. I just don't like it. I think a couple things here. Number one, when you like, I eat breakfast at like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? My lunchtime at work is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like cereal is not making it that far, right? That is not how that's going to work. Okay. If I ate cereal for breakfast, I had to eat. That definitely needs second breakfast somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Fair.
like I'd have to bring like a snack, right? Like
Yeah.
or bring whatever. But like also, I feel like there's a cost benefit analysis that happens with cereal, right? In order to feel satisfied in eating cereal, I feel like I need to eat like a big bowl of it. You know, and cereal costs like $20 billion.
It's
So I
true.
feel like it's like not even if you buy just like normal, like the off brand and the cheap, like whatever, like it just feels like you're always out of cereal, right? You're just like constantly out. It's like you're never, there is never enough cereal in the box, right? Like it's always gone. And I think that is also just real annoying, right? Like just being chronically short of the thing that you're trying to eat is like, So I would, guys, don't do it. I do egg sandwiches all the way, man. That's what's up, pony.
Oh well,
that's how you do
that's
it.
fair, pony. There's somebody definitely listening to this right now who I may or may not be associated with that is definitely struggling through this conversation because they may be of the like cereal fiend variety to the extent where like one of their favorite pastimes is like mixing different cereals together. Kind of like
that's all right.
A cereal cocktailologist.
Yeah.
To create
do they really enjoy like those hotel things when they have all the cereals and like the little dispensers and you can just like
I can just imagine the look on their face,
like the suicide thing at like McDonald's, you know, when you like put all the sodas in the cup. Is that what she does with the cereal?
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I can just imagine the face of like the big smile that came over as you were saying that thing, and this person, whoever they may be, was going like, "Oh, yes,
mysterious individual,
Like that's all they want. Like every time, like you're in a hotel, and that's there. It's just like a beeline straight to it. It's Christmas every single time. Cereal.
If you do that, I mean, if you're like a cereal mixologist, then it's technically a different experience every bowl that you have. So you have to go back for more than one, right?
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. Why haven't we monetized this? Because people like, holy gosh, a whole experience, a new experience every bowl. Like with like we could put together a pamphlet that you download. It's $5 for with like recipes.
Okay, got it. We'll get on that.
Oh man, wow, this is okay. Because then you can bump it up with like other additives of like this is standard milk and this is what do with almond milk and this like into the whole milk range.
That's true.
And
we can put in recipes for like homemade almond milk, right? Because that's like mega easy. Just like throw water and almonds in a blender with some
blender, yes,
stuff.
and then like you do squeeze a little bit, but like
but like like you could throw that in there.
Yes,
like
this is okay. Well,
all right.
Let's see here. Trying to see if cereal mixologist is taken. Hold on. Oh, it's not a thing.
Oh, it is now, baby. Speaking of hosting courses on your website, what? That's what.
.com. Okay. Now let's just go over. Oh, it's fine. This is definitely important. We're going to see. This is the last step of this conversation here because this is what happens. It's available.
Oh, gosh, baby.
So in case
what's up now?
This is amazing. I am. It is. Yeah. Cerealmixologist.com is available for $16 a year. You can have that.
Baby.
Cerealmixologist.com.
PayPal you right now. Let's go.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And then you have the course. Oh, you buy the book and then you get the course of somebody standing. Oh, we can shoot a cooking show. And we can be just like James May and everything will be perfect.
Yes.
This is okay. I'm writing. I have to register an LLC. It's actually a real this is a really good idea. And then for the certain individual in my life, it's a business expense to buy cereal.
Oh man, dreams come true.
We have to buy everything on the store shelf and every new variant that comes out and mix it with other stuff.
And you have to get some of those fancy glass bowls to eat it out of for the camera shot, right?
Exactly.
Can't do it with the ceramic bowl. Nah.
Yeah. And we could do
that beauty shot, right? For the gram, right? And for the pamphlet inserts.
Well, don't they? Well, but they also do for those. Don't they also pour Elmer's glue in to get the?
Not for these ones, man. These are gonna be the real deal.
Yeah,
there's gonna be live action, right? There's actions. If it's in a video, you're gonna action shot that sucker.
I know. I'm just saying, for the promotion, but yeah, and then you can have themed, seasonal, all sorts of stuff.
True. In-depth scientific discussion about cereal to milk ratios.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Go all the way from the drowning to the Aaron, right? We call that the Aaron. No milk. No, the milk's still in the fridge.
Yeah, right? It has. There's so little milk in there. The milk is just still in the fridge. It's not.
It's in the glass, weirdly, but not touching the cereal at all. Make sure you keep them 6 feet apart
at all times. Oh, this is brilliant. Okay, look, I'll just. This is. Because people need that. They're looking for experiences. They are. That's a big thing for people these days is experiences. And you're taking something that's mundane that they're already doing and you're kicking it up a whole other notch.
That's true. I like it.
Okay. So
to see what else you put in your cereal. Can you go ham, right? You got to put
nope, no ham.
No, not ham, but fruit. You're right. Fruit, dried fruit, fresh fruit, right? You add that in there. You add other stuff. I don't know. You could actually just sprinkle cinnamons directly on there to add it instead, right? Spice it up with stuff.
Yep.
So there you go. We'll get to experimenting.
See, now we've got so much. Everybody, random. I actually. This idea makes me very excited.
Not as excited as someone else, I imagine.
Oh no, they are already running to the store,
buying those the little packs, right? Of the remember that they don't make them in the boxes anymore, right? Remember the little boxes?
Yeah,
right. Now they're in that weird plastic thing, but they used to be in the little the mini cereal box where it was just a tiny box of cereal. You bought it in those big packages. Right?
Yep.
To have the individual servings.
And do you remember that those boxes served a dual function?
Yeah, they could be used as a bowl too.
They could be used as a bowl.
You could pull the side off and then cut through the thing, and then you could use those as a bowl. Which was just it was aesthetically more pleasing than the weird plastic thing. That just has it has the plastic with the weird plastic top on it. Yep. Number one. It looks like a yogurt container, but it's for cereal. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Number one, trying to open that, impossible, right? Because you always spill the cereal everywhere. This is how it works.
Yes, because the adhesive
known.
that they put on there was not made to be taken off by humans.
No, he's like super glue. They accidentally put super glue on it. I'm just like, no, it's sealed fresh forever.
Or they thought that you would be you would secure the plastic in a vise, and then you would remove it.
No.
From there.
Having worked in a school, and I used to do breakfast duty a long time ago, trying to watch children open those things, it doesn't go well, right? Just does not. Cereal everywhere, right? Like,
yep. I don't understand why these companies haven't looked into that. And for goodness sakes, why haven't? What did we talk about this? Like, why? Yeah, we talked about this. Like, why hasn't anybody from Ziploc called General Mills? Right?
Yeah. Right? Like, I mean, even the old box, the old cardboard box thing, right? It was better. The cardboard is like more easily recyclable than that plastic stuff. Some of that plastic you can't recycle it, right?
No,
single use. But the cardboard, you just throw it in the cardboard bin. Boom.
It's super cute.
Done.
Super cute.
And again, it's much more aesthetic, right? It's nice. It's like a little box. You can actually buy them for your house and like put them in your cabinet. They just like stack up in a little row, you know? And you could be like, oh, what type of cereal do you want today? Oh, this little one, right? Like, you know. They don't ask me, right?
They're not interested in that.
So good. Right? They could make more profits by not printing the cardboard, right?
Yeah.
Disappointed, Kellogg's. What are you doing?
Nope. Incoming allergy interruption.
Oh, here it is. The Sudafed wore off. Just got to get some of that NyQuil or equivalent, right? Whatever other things. That was appealing. It was lovely.
Uh-huh. What we bring to the table.
Yeah.
My goodness.
People are still thinking about cereal, and here are sneezing all the place. It's distressing.
Sorry. Well, so other than having fun with your new software, what's new with you?
Not a lot, really. Just trying to do things. We have some sort of assembly tomorrow. I don't really know what's happening, right? It was whatever. So it was going pretty good. Doing some plate tectonics, right? Plate boundary types.
I have a very distinct memory of watching the TV, and it was Bill Nye, the science guy, with paper plates floating on top of water, talking about plate tectonics. This was also the time of, I always forget, like, the fever dream that was the 90s of the rat that was involved in Bill Nye, the science guy. Do you remember the guy in the rat suit?
Vaguely. I went a couple years ago. Like, I have these vague memories of Bill Nye watching the show, right? Like, I went back and I watched an episode, like it was on YouTube or something. Good gracious, how in the world did you? It's like an ADD nightmare. It's just like the zaniest thing. I did not remember it being so zany, right? Like, I didn't remember that.
Okay, so I am going to make
I was taken aback. I was like,
Bill, it is a fever dream, and I'm going to apologize, people. Again, the letters. It's theology of medicine, people. I will correct myself. I am very sorry. The rat as the astute 90s TV show watchers will have been writing in, screaming from their lungs. I was, of course, referring to Beekman's World with the guy in the rat.
Okay.
Not Bill Nye.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense. Except for the fact that they were very different, and that one was even more disturbing. If you think,
That's distressing. Even more
Yeah.
flashing lights and weird noises and like
and it's just very like nothing.
horrendous camera angles. Like,
Yes.
why?
Yes. Oh my gosh, Beekman's World. This is just. Do you remember the show?
No, I
Okay.
remember the name.
Okay.
I don't think this is a thing that I watched.
Okay.
It doesn't sound that familiar.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. This is.
I don't know.
Just adding the IMDb to the show notes.
Gonna just like Google it real fast here because I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I don't. You'll probably see this and go, "What is this?"
I recognize this logo.
Yes, the logo.
I don't.
Watch the intro too. You'll.
That is a man in a rat suit, but like not even like a. I don't even understand what's happening. Yeah, I don't.
This was definitely
It was
like
on from 92 to 97, and I didn't watch this.
It was.
How?
Probably. This is probably like I watch this right now and I go, oh wow, this definitely has the chaotic feel of a lot of current YouTube channels, like of someone being like, wow, we're gonna go over it's whoa, like it's crazy, like that's really was his whole shtick of like being very off the wall, to keep attention basically.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't remember this at all. However, boy, oh boy, when I was scrolling down here, I found a show I did watch. Oh boy, it's Wishbone. That's right. What's up now? What's the story? It's a story.
Oh my gosh. It's such a good series. It was on for few years.
It really is. I think it's underrated here.
I
feel like.
And every time we get to take care of Jack Russell,
Do you say what's the story?
Story.
Think about Robin Hood or like
yeah, or what's the one that I always remember, when he did Hercules, when he was
yeah
oh yeah, for those not inculcated into the world of the 90s television series, this was a live action show about a dog playing out classic novels.
Literature.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't really remember why.
I think I'm going to have to, and sometimes just, I don't remember why either, but there, I also remember why I'm looking at this photo. I don't understand why my brain immediately latches onto this. I'm going to send a photo of when he was playing Robin Hood, and the photo that I'm sending you is of Wishbone drawing back his bow, and everybody just needs to remember he's a dog.
You know, this is just how it works. I'm pretty sure there was a Hamlet Wishbone, which is also really weird to think about. Just kind of like this is exactly what I thought you were going to send. This I seem to have a memory of this as well. Like,
see, right?
I'm no professional pet sitter, but I'm pretty sure dogs' arms don't work that way.
No, they in fact do not.
Dog legs don't function this manner. I don't think they can move in such a way.
Nope. But it's fantastic show. Hard to find. It is a hard to find show. From my searches to watch elsewhere. But
that's, I don't know. Wonder why. Probably because no one remembers it.
No.
And it's underrated. Nobody's like seeking it out, I guess. They're like, what channel was this on? Maybe that
was on PBS.
It was a PBS. That was probably why I can't find it. Their stuff's hard to find.
It is. They don't keep it around for long.
They don't have their own. It's public broadcasting. They haven't. They're trying to, be normal humans and not be like, oh, what? We should start our own streaming service and charge $12 to watch every program we've ever made in our life. Like, no, just stop. Why?
And it was highly acclaimed too. It won. I'm reading here. It won it won Emmys. It won a Peabody Award and all sorts of television critics like association like awards and accolades over.
Imagine you are an actor who's been acting for years on television, and a dog that played Hamlet got an Emmy before you. What does that feel like? What?
That's fair. That'd be a tough news. That'd be a tough break, right? Imagine just waiting around for those announcements. The dog again, and he won 4, right? So it's like again.
Yeah, right. Like, oh my god, Dog and Hood over here won this Emmy, and I'm trying to, like.
Look, it's not the career path I thought I'd go down. But also,
I hope that guy got his Emmy eventually. I hope he did all right.
I heard that. I hope they did too. Right? That's maybe that's why Wishbone only lasted 4 seasons or whatever, because they were like, look, we gotta keep the dog out of here, okay?
It's true. 4 seasons, 4 Emmys in a row. Like, no more. Like,
yeah. Oh man, big TV series coming down on you.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Man, I'm gonna have to.
I'd like to see a picture of Wishbone like laying on his doghouse like Snoopy, just pile of Emmys like laying out front in the dish like the bones.
That would be fantastic. That would be
just like
utterly perfect. Yes. Very needed. Well, let's see here. Maybe I'll have to go hunt around, see if I could find some of those. I mean, I've got to save room for our Halloween challenge coming up too. So
that's true.
I can't get too in the weeds.
Maybe there's a Halloween Wishbone.
Yeah, I mean,
right? Like,
there's so many. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Surely there's at least one.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did the Headless Horseman, right? Surely,
right? Surely.
Oh.
Sleepy Hollow is on there. I don't know. Does it show by episode, like what it was, or does it? Oh no, it's like, oh okay. They're like weird names, so you have to like uncover like what is happening.
Oh right.
There is definitely an Odyssey one though, so that is just like what?
What?
Yeah, episode 5. Homer, sweet Homer. You see, you even got puns, right?
Even better.
Oliver Twist. This. Yeah, these are. Yeah, Cyrano de Bergerac. What? What?
Of course he could play that because he's a dog with a long nose. Okay,
I know, but funny. Like, come
that's
on,
funny.
Dude. Like, Cyrano, Don Quixote, Joan of Arc. Like, what on earth?
Of course. See, like
Faust. This is Faust. Wishbone's Faust. What?
Faust?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
What in the world? Ivanhoe. What in the world? What is happening here? I did not realize all of this. I was
unaware of the rich.
There's a Frankenbone. Boom. There you go.
What?
Go. Not giving you just any ammunition for your challenge, but there's a Frankenbone episode.
But see, the problem is finding that.
That's true. I was sitting here thinking like, oh man, I wonder, because I vaguely remember watching this show sometimes, but like didn't think like I'm sitting here being like, how many like actually what did he do? Right? Turns out like the Purloined Letter by Edgar Allan Poe is one of the
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great one. Here's one.
the time machine. What in the world?
Halloween Hound, the creepy Halloween Hound, the legend of creepy collars.
I like it.
It's this
Treasure Island. I bet that's a good one, actually.
Oh,
I don't.
Well, there's only one true rendition of Treasure Island.
That is true. That
As
is true.
as
we know.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a Hercules one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Count of Monte Cristo. Yes, what a happy ending that one has. Spoilers for the Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, maybe not immediately.
This is insane. I did not realize it was like just literally the billions of like.
Well, it makes you realize. Just how many good books there are out there, right?
True.
Go, oh man, if I really liked, do you enjoy watching a dog play this? Go read the book.
Turns out I do.
Yes.
Oh, Colin, I have something for you.
Oh no.
There you go. Dick that in the show notes, baby.
Full episode. What? Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, anyway,
listeners, I have discovered the Wishbone full episode playlist on YouTube.
It's insane.
So, we know 59 episodes.
9. Go.
There we go. I found it. That's
all you need, folks. Hey.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Definitely watching one of those before I go to bed.
Thank you, Bronson. Thank you, Bronson B, for uploading that.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to fellow Wishbone fan, apparently.
Apparently. Like, I'm looking at other playlists here. Man, this is quite the collection of random playlists. Okay. This is very interesting. Very interesting. Lots of Wheel of Fortune in different languages.
I want to watch Wheel of Fortune again. There's like it's still on. Like what do you get on a classic Wheel of Fortune episode?
I don't know, but I'm also going to mention this is definitely somebody right up our alley. That's all I'm going to say, because they have a playlist. I want you to just get, okay. Anyway, it has 418 videos in this playlist, which I will say is probably an extreme abuse of a playlist, because who has time to watch 418 of these videos? But
that is, I feel like, that could be managed better.
Okay,
but
this playlist has 418 videos in it, and it's just titled Anthill Castings. What? 418 videos of people making art castings of pouring like the molten lava into anthills.
We need that many videos of that.
I don't know. This is what I don't know. I'm very confused. Very confused by this. So there you go. There you go.
Right.
This is definitely, again, somebody right up our alley.
I mean, that's true. That's true. I can appreciate the dedication to this.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's definitely something. Oh, man. So, yes, lots. Okay. Well, man, we've got lots of stuff to do. My goodness. So many things to watch. Ugh.
Yeah. 59 episodes of Wishbone.
Yeah, I just found this person also has a complete playlist of Zaboomafoo. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You really want to go way back in time. I mean, again, I know this is all from the same time. This is before they became the Crap Brothers, right? This is
this
is their original.
This is mildly terrifying. Wow.
Oh man,
Oh,
who doesn't
my
love
goodness.
lemurs?
I mean, apparently people love lemurs a lot. I don't know.
A lot.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think Zaboomafoo was the inspiration behind King Julian in Madagascar?
I mean, he definitely. Somebody had to have watched him.
I mean,
and,
like, do you think some of the animators were like, yo, they're like, what animal should it be? And some dude's like, yo, I got this.
I got
And
this.
he's like,
I had been preparing for this day.
and he just used his vast Zaboomafoo knowledge to rip out all those lemur scenes in Madagascar. Have King Julian around there. I'd like to think that this is true. I'd like to think that's how this actually went down.
Personally, I don't see how it's not true. I'm just being
my new
perfectly honest.
headcanon. Right. Zaboomafoo was the inspiration behind King Julian. Okay.
Yes.
This is my new official headcanon. This is
For
real.
all we know, he is King Julian. That's, you know.
Oh, he could be.
Oh. Well, then with those well, here's your homework: is come up with the connection, and there we go. That's what keep you up all tonight. Is how did he get from? And definitely watching some Wishbone here, and we can report on all that fun stuff here soon.
All right.
Good. Love you.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.